15 minutes or less. Oh,
Zero animals being slaughtered. There were no animals being slaughtered. 0 out of 10 stars for me. Bye.
didn't she shoot at
Okay.
something in the water?
Yeah, it was a hippo, but I'm making a
It was a
joke.
hippo. I didn't think they said hippo.
Yeah,
Huh.
they said it was like a rare California hippo.
Hippa?
Whatever.
Hippo.
That was
HIPAA
that
is
was
your
a
medical insurance form.
that's a reference to Cannibal films. So anyway, we're reviewing Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death.
I guess where the avocado jungle of death is.
Spoiler alert.
Southern California.
Spoiler alert. Despite its gory title, it's PG-13.
Because they never show you that they're eating somebody.
Yeah.
Marinating in hot water with carrots and herbs and
There are a few people that get killed.
yeah, with bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know how the second one got killed because he ran into their trap.
Yeah, and he was hanging upside down.
Yeah, but they don't show you how they were going to take care of him.
I'm going to be inappropriate for a few seconds, but
Oh boy.
I
1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it.
I miss this. I
Uh,
miss PG-13 movies when you could show topless women. Nowadays, it's changed to where PG-13 you can only show dudes' butt tracks.
they show a lot of cleavage.
I'm talking about the topless scene at the beginning.
Yeah.
This
That's about the only scene at the
Yeah.
waterfall.
Still, that I'd rather see that than dudes' butts.
And what was the avocado dip or guacamole dip or
Yeah.
oyster or no?
Clam dip.
Clam dip. Oh,
But that's going way ahead towards the end of the movie.
which one do you like better? I like guacamole.
So anyway, there's this woman who's teaching this feminist class. Was that Shannon Tweed?
I don't know, probably.
She kind of looked like Bridget Nielsen.
She was a professor at I don't remember which college it was.
Probably in California somewhere.
Well, of course, but it wasn't like Berkeley or anything like that.
Yeah, it was Shannon Tweed.
Yeah, and Bill Maher. Oh God, what a ditz. But anyway, so what this movie was about is these women were like the men were their slaves.
Yeah.
And one group of men knitted for them.
Well, less so their slaves, more like their meal. Because they are cannibal women.
Yeah.
I think I found out about this movie because I think I Googled, like, are there any movies where there's a bunch of, like, cannibal women? And someone replied, Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death. And I'm like, okay. That'll go on my watch list.
Doesn't it remind you something like Sirens 2 or something, you know, when they sing to the sailors or whatever and bring them to their death?
It reminded
in the Baltic or, you know, whatever.
It reminded me more of that it reminded me of a better version of that canon movie America 3000. That post-apocalypse. Really... Yeah, you do. It was in the post-apocalypse. There was a guy who was there was a guy or a girl who was tied up where they had a male slave to impregnate them, and there was like this like Chewbacca character. And then at the end it's like, no, Daddy, don't. I love him.
Okay, whatever.
I'll show you the poster if I have to.
Oh. What I really want to do. No.
So anyway, this teacher, and this
Professor, actor,
author, and this
one of her students, Bunny, likes to wear
was
pink.
she a student yet?
Yes.
No, she said she wanted to transfer to her class.
Right, because she was studying home economics.
Yeah, then
She took 2 years of home ec.
and
And then
probably
the professor was
and probably
like,
home ec for a lot of other classes, which because she's not the
smartest tool in the shed.
yeah, she's hmm.
Can't straighten my finger.
She's no Elle Woods.
Yeah.
So anyway,
She was ditz, and she wasn't blonde.
so anyway,
Shouldn't say that.
these two are hired by the US government to go into the avocado jungle because the US is at a shortage of avocados, and if they don't use their shortage, if they don't go into the jungle, then they'll have to get it from other countries. Topical.
Russia. How can the Soviet Union grow avocados? They don't have that much sunshine. Oh my god.
Maybe that was a joke about how Russia was in '89 when this came out.
I don't know.
So anyway,
Gotta get avocados from Mexico.
yeah, but hey, they're in California near Malibu. Do you know how far that is from Mexico? I don't, but I'm assuming it's too far.
The jungle
So
went
anyway,
all the way to the Mexican border. I don't know why it didn't keep going because whatever.
So anyway, they're driving then in a truck, and then they go to like a bar, and
It's
then
like a Jeep.
sorry, Jeep, and then they encounter three
Tough guy.
three caricatures. One of them, I'm sorry,
Like a Rambo.
well,
Yeah.
he didn't exactly look like Rambo.
No.
He was black. Black Rambo.
Yeah.
There's Black Rambo. There's White Ninja Samurai.
Then there's a heavyweight.
Then there's White Terry Crews, pretty much.
Oh my god, no, Terry Crews is a lot better.
Well, not.
But Terry Crews.
99-cent store White Terry Crews better.
Oh my god, yeah. And then she said she needs a guide to
go the avocado jungle. Right. And then one of them is like, I haven't eaten a lot today. I better go.
No, he said, I need to lose weight. I better do not Slim Fast, but
Nutrisystem or something.
Nutrisystem. And then one was like, I just remembered, gotta do something. So they all chickened out.
And then Bill Maher comes in, kind of like a knockoff Indiana Jones. I was thinking more Crocodile Dundee.
I guess going into the jungle, it could be either one.
Basically, he's the comic relief, and his physical stuff is kind of okay. In terms of falling down, tripping, and being an idiot.
Klutz.
Talking, not so much.
Talk too much.
Well, it's not that he talked too much, it's that he didn't have a joke.
Well, he probably didn't write the script.
Trying to
They were supposed to be one-liners or something. They were like,
oh my god,
so chauvinistic.
You know who?
Here.
You know who would? Okay.
Terry Crews would have played better.
No. Instead of Bill Maher, you're gonna love this. You ready?
Okay, what?
Rodney Dangerfield in the role.
No, I could picture Bunny marrying Rodney Dangerfield. Or even liking him.
Can you picture half of Seagal's girlfriends liking him?
Yeah, true.
So when can you picture half of Bond's girls loving him?
Loving Bond?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, bad example done.
he was classy.
Can you picture women loving the Joker?
No,
Well,
but
women.
he does.
Well, some girls. Well, as Tom Cruise's movie taught me, why do good
Oh,
girls like bad boys? Imagine Tom Hanks in the Bill Maher role. That wouldn't work. So anyway,
well, he did Joe in the volcano.
Joe versus the volcano.
Oh my god.
I mean, being like the chauvinistic character. Like, I could see Rodney Dangerfield doing that role perfectly.
Yeah. There probably could be a bunch of other people. There are probably other people they thought of, but they were probably not as well known as Bill Maher.
Bill Maher was barely known in '89. This was before his show. So anyway, they're in a jungle, and it wouldn't shock me if this was all filmed in Florida.
Everglades or something.
Yeah, I think I think Sam Elliott from Frogs was a few feet away. Sorry.
Just like the river was like 23 miles or something. I
Yeah.
could read maps. Yeah, no, you can't. I think he found the river. Helen!
Then there's this girl Bunny. She's kind of there just to like say weird stuff. She kind of reminds me of like trying to think of like a show that'll like kind of like Phoebe from Friends, kind of
Oh,
like ditzy, and will just say like weird stuff like to make you go what? Okay.
yeah. And she liked pink, hot
hmm
pink, light pink, hot pink,
hmm
shiny pink,
Although she did,
plastic looking pink.
although she did like the outfits of the Cannibal women.
Oh, yeah, that's why she wanted to be a cannibal woman.
Were they? Or, no, Piranha women.
Piranha woman, yeah.
I guess we were watching the edited version.
Hmm.
So anyway, they go into. There's not really a whole lot of funny jokes. Once they get into the jungle, it just kind of becomes kind of routine and cliched. Like Jumanji, I thought was way better.
Yeah.
Not the no, I don't remember much of the Robin Williams one. I don't even know if I've seen the Robin Williams ones
Hmm.
or one, but I've seen like the Dwayne Johnson ones. Those first first one was funnier. Um,
Jack Black.
yeah, and
What's the name?
uh,
I don't know.
what is
I don't know.
oh that redheaded girl? I want to say Jillian.
I don't know. Can we just focus a little bit?
I'll be right.
What am I supposed to talk about?
Talk about the plot of the movie.
What? There really wasn't a plot. So she was sent in and she was supposed to reason with these
Karen
cannibal
Gillian.
piranha women. They had a pool that was piranhas.
Oh.
So after they would make beef jerky and eat
Oh
the
wait.
men, they would dispose of the head, the bones, and all that.
I gotta talk about the worst scene in the movie.
The end?
No. Um, there's a part where
He pushes her over the wall because she wanted to escape. Oh, yeah.
no.
Okay.
The worst part is that there's this scene in the middle where the guys are like cleaning, sewing.
No, they're knitting. They were
Yeah,
throwing
knitting
They were
and
throwing pot holders and stuff at them to like get their attention. Plus, they were throwing this.
and Kumar was acting like he'd just been shot by a grenade or something like hit me. A pot holder. Oh.
Yeah. So he introduced them to beer. And
Yeah.
if they drove a sports car.
So by drinking.
What would you say to a hot chick that walks by you?
On a ride. Get in my car. Pretty thing. And then there's
I was trying to make him feel like men and not like wimps,
And then
slaves. But they knitted for the piranha women.
and
I never
then
saw any of the piranha women wear any. Oh, the scarves maybe. No, I don't think they wore even the scarves. So they let them live as long as they knitted.
that's
Where did
not.
they get yarn from in the jungle? Somebody had to leave the jungle to buy the yarn to give to them.
I don't know. Maybe they skinned animals. I don't know.
Yeah, but there was no thing to make like yarn or thread. Anyway,
The thing that ticked me off about that scene is that Bunny is asking for hot chocolate,
because they brought Bill Maher hot chocolate.
and then she almost gets attacked. Fortunately, Shannon Tweed shoots a gun that scares off almost all of them.
Except for one.
And I said almost all of them.
Yeah.
And then at the end, or afterwards, Bill Maher is like, "What? They were acting gay," and it's like, so writer, either you're gay or you dogpile on a woman.
They weren't gay. They were just not.
No, I'm saying what Bill Maher said, and he said the F word.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
You want to rewatch
No. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably not the best thing to bring up. Apparently, what was her name? Adrienne Barbeau. Apparently,
she was old in this movie.
she shot all of her scenes in one day.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
she
like
didn't
7.
really have that much.
Apparently, she had like 17 pages of dialogue, according to IMDb.
Oh, where they fought, and then they put down their weapons, and then they grabbed.
They grabbed a sword.
Another weapon to keep going.
And then I'm assuming this was
like.
I'm assuming this was a joke. She gets kind of like stabbed through the stomach, and the sword part comes out. But then she's like, then there's like some blood like right here.
If it hits a certain organ, you will bleed out your mouth. If it hits.
But it's only like a little bit. Wouldn't it be just like everywhere or something?
No.
I don't know. Maybe that was a joke. And then the movie. Oh.
Yeah, the movie gets weird.
Well, there's what's that other group? There's the Barracuda women and the Piranha women and Barracuda women, and they're feuding over what dip to use to like put men into. One of them wants avocado dip, the other one wants clam dip. And Shannon Tweed is like, "You guys are fighting over that.
Why don't you do this? Be diplomatic about it. Meet once a month or once a week.
Bi-weekly.
Twice a month."
It reminds me of that. I wonder if this was kind of inspired. Kind of inspired the South Park religion episode or two-parter where they said like, what is the great question? What atheists should call themselves? And it's like, really? You're fighting over a name? I think Kay's getting bored, so we'll wrap it up. It's not super funny. It's not super funny, but I've seen far worse. We've seen worse this year. This isn't. You know what? If this makes it into my bottom 5 list,
I would be surprised.
I'd be amazed. That would mean the rest of the year is going to go great.
Oh yeah, we've already seen a couple.
There's already like 3 or 4 films I could put on that I could put. This is way better than the Champagne Gang.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. This is available on Blu-ray. Do you want to buy it? It's only like $20 or $30.
So that. Oh my god.
Give me it. It's on Tube. It's on Tubi as of this recording. So yeah, I'd recommend I'd recommend maybe see it. It's not super gory. The amount of blood, like, I'd be shocked if it was more than like 4 ounces of fake blood. Really, all it is. I'm gonna spoil this. I'm gonna spoil this, people. The only amount of blood you get is like a little from an arrow, from two
Two
arrows,
arrows.
and a little bit of blood out of the mouth.
Yep.
When I say a little bit of blood, you've probably had bloody noses with more blood than what comes in this entire movie.
Okay. Would you recommend it? You're saying yes, you would.
Plus, no animals. Plus, no animals are killed on screen.
And
so
at least Tubi is not a rental.
yeah,
Just if you have Prime or Amazon.
it's also available on Prime, but it wouldn't play for some reason.
Because
So
Tubi wants all the commercials.
So what's your thoughts?
If you have a dull evening that you want to fall asleep or something, no, you wouldn't really fall asleep. I felt that a couple times I wanted to fall asleep, and so I had to get a snack.
This isn't the worst movie you've seen this year, right?
That's correct.
So there's that, I guess.
Hey, I don't want to be the cause of recommend it, and then somebody's like, "You recommended that junk."
Hey, Cannibal Women, you're better than Not Enough for Church movie and Mako, the Jaws of Death.
Yes. Oh, and yeah, that might be it.
Oh, Before I Self-Destruct?
Yeah.
It's Ventura.
Oh, I didn't like that one.
Join us next time when we're going to take a look at one of Kay's picks. So, I don't know.
We'll soon find
Something
out.
with an actor. Okay. Bye-bye.
This movie have actors and actresses, don't
Bye.
they? Bye.